Hello, Keith Rucker here at VintageMachinery.org. Guys, today back to working on this little Emmert 6A Toolmakers Vise project that we've been working on restoring, and got it pretty much done, except we need to finish up some jaws on here that we had to take out. Now, I took out the original jaws. They were both kind of in rough shape. Well, actually, I was missing one. One of them was okay, but I've decided that because this vise is unique in that it has three different sets of jaws. There's a set of regular steel jaws, hard jaws here. There's a set of pin jaws that you can put a set of rotating jaws on it, or you can use the pins. I've still got to make the rotating jaws for them. We're going to be doing that in a future project. But the second set of regular vise jaws, I wanted to put a set of soft jaws in those. Soft jaws are very useful when you're working on something that you don't want to mar up. A lot of times when you go tighten something up in a vise, because those jaws are hard, they're actually made out of tool steel. They're usually harder than the material that you're working with. It will damage them. You get those marks on what you're working on. If you got something that you don't want to damage, you can use soft jaws, which are made out of a softer material that's usually softer than the work you're dealing with. And common materials for that is going to be aluminum, brass, bronze, or probably not bronze, but brass is commonly used, but copper is another one. And what I have got here is a little strip of copper. It's the same thickness, I think 1/4 inch. The width is a little bit wider. We're going to have to take it to the milling machine and cut it down a little bit, but we're going to be making a set of soft copper jaws to go in here, and that will protect any work. And the cool thing about this vise is you just spin it around and use the set of jaws that you need for the job at hand. So let's get over, and we're going to get started working on this and make a set of soft jaws. Here's the vise again. You see the head on this thing pivots around. There's the pin jaws. This is the set that we're going to put the soft jaws. There's a little detent in here. You got another one over here that's just the hard jaws. And this is what the original jaw looked like. Again, we were missing one. And this is the copper material that we're going to make it out of. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cut this to length. I'll go to the milling machine, mill those out, and then we will we got to get the holes positioned, drilled, and countersunk. Fairly simple project, but we're going to go ahead and get this done today. We're over at the marble saw, and first things first, I want to cut these strips off of here. Got a mark there where I want it to be. We'll just clamp that down. We'll start the saw up, and we'll just feed right across that. I've got a fairly coarse blade on here. I'm just hand feeding this and going real slow because I don't want to get a really rough, jagged cut on that soft material. And that's all right, it'll be just fine. And slide this out. What I'm going to do is I'll just use the old jaw here as a measuring stick. That's the length we need. We'll just make a mark to cut it. Looks like about right there. Clamp that down and we'll saw it away. There we go. I've measured these, and I need to take about 75 thousandths of an inch off of the height of that. So over here in the milling machine, I've got a cutter in there, and what I'm going to do is we're just going to start by, I'm just going to drop that down until it just touches. I'm going to come off. I'm going to zero everything out. On my digital readout, I'm just going to raise my cutter up 75 thousandths. We'll just come up 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, Right there is 75. We're ready to zip across that and mill those out. There we go. So just checking things out here. These are my 2 jaws. They've been cut and milled to the right size. So, and those look great. I'm real happy with that. The next challenge is we need to drill and countersink hole for a screw to go in there and hold that in place. And we need to get those lined up perfectly. We have existing holes that we need to match up. Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to use one of these little sets of transfer screws. And if you've never seen these before, inside this magic tube here, we have these right here. These are threaded 1/4 but on this end is a center punch. And we can put that in there, and that will be sticking out just far enough to punch a mark where those holes need to be, and then we can go drill those out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take these out, and these should just screw right in. Kind of like such. Now, normally you can use the end of this to kind of drive them in there, but these jaws are so close together, I don't think we're going to be able, we might be able to do a little bit. I'm going to just stick that sticking out just a little bit. And I'm going to do that for all 4 of these holes. I'll get these put in. Got my transfer screws in. We're going to go ahead and put our vise jaws in. And what I did is I marked these front and back. This is the back one, and this one is the front one. And the reason I did this is because I'm not 100% sure that these holes line up from one side to the other. And also I need to mark which side is going to be I'm going to be marking them from the back side, but the countersink needs to go on this side. And again, make sure everything lines up. I want to put them back in the exact same way I took them out. Now, as far as punching them, since this is a vise, we're just going to use the vise for it. Let me get everything lined up just like I want it. And we'll just squeeze that, and that will punch those holes in the back of those pieces of copper. Pull them out, and you see we got some nice holes there to drill from on both sides. Let's go to the drill press, and we'll drill these out and countersink them. So we need to drill those out 1/4 inch. I'm over here at my drill press. It's got a little block of wood up underneath this. I'm going to put it in this little vise. Just gives me something a little bit bigger to hang on to in case that grabs. And we'll come in here and go right on those center punch holes and drill that out. Wow, there it goes. There's one. All right. We'll swap these out. We'll put the other one in and go ahead and drill them while I got that drill bit going. All right. Take that drill bit out. I'm going to put in my countersink. This will be to recess that head for the screw that's going to go in there. But before I do, I want to just deburr these back sides. We're not going to countersink this side. We need the other side countersunk. I'm going to have to raise my table up. And I'm just going to touch these sides. I just want to break that sharp edge around it. And then we'll flip it over. And this is the side that will be countersunk. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to, because of that little tab in the bottom, it's going to hit that piece of wood. So I'm just putting this flush on the top, and we'll come on this side, and you see that's countersinking. And basically I want to go the whole depth of that piece that's in there to get it where that screw will be right below the surface, and that should be right below the surface. And we'll put a screw in there and test it. That looks good. I might just go just a touch deeper, but that's going to be it. We'll do the other side. And that should be it. Yep. All right. Same thing to the other piece, and I think we'll be ready to install these. All right, we need to take our little transfer screws out here. I think I can open that up just a little bit more, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll just open our tube back up, drop these back down in here. Nice little container to keep them all hemmed up and in the right place when you need them. These things are awesome. These are made by Hyman, Heimann. There's some other manufacturers that are out there, but these little transfer screws are really nice to have in the shop for when these things come up. I've got a pretty complete set of them, up to about 1 inch, and I use them frequently. This is the back one. We take our screw, our other one in over here. And I got this little gooseneck screwdriver for getting in a tight corner. Boom. There we go. There's one side. Rub that mark out. Front one goes in. Right up here, same way. These screws are going to be just countersunk below the surface of the copper. So in theory, they shouldn't come in contact, so you won't have the steel on there. I guess I could use some brass screws or something, but I'll be honest with you, I'm worried that I would damage them and not be able to get them out. So I'm going to stick with the steel screws here. And like I said, we just countersunk them a little bit below the surface of the jaw. This copper is soft. It's going to deform. They're made to be replaceable. So, you know, I'll probably have to make another set at some point in time that I'm using this, because you want the material to be softer than what you're working on to protect it. Let me mark that mark out. Here we go. Set of soft jaws on our Emmert 6A Toolmakers vise, and that one looks great. Butts up good. It looks like my other ones are just barely touching down here as well. So all we got left on this is to make the pin jaws, the revolving pin jaws. We're going to do that in another video coming up. But that'll be nice to have a set of dedicated soft jaws on a vise. Well, there we go, guys. One more step knocked out on the Emmert Toolmakers vise. Got soft jaws installed. All that we got left is to make our revolving pin jaws, and we'll be doing that coming up soon. But this project's turning out real nice. Should be a nice, useful vise in the shop. Looking forward to having it, and it's fairly rare vise as well, and it'll be a nice addition. I'm looking forward to having it where I can use it. And guys, with that, that will be a wrap. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Those thumbs up, comments, greatly appreciated. Hit that bell icon up there to get notifications when new videos are posted. Big thank you to all the Patreon supporters, anybody else who has supported my site financially or through whatever, and it's just greatly appreciated. And with that, we are going to sign off. So we'll catch you on the next video. Again, thanks for watching.